Hello and welcome to Blockchain Silver, the place where we analyze what in the world is going on in crypto. Today we're going to talk about a Bitcoin fractal pattern and how it shows a market top in 2020. Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It is best to do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and invest based on your opinion of the market. Cryptocurrency markets are highly speculative and may lose value. Be safe out there. All right, so I believe, based on this fractal, this is Bitcoin in 2013. I believe we are somewhere along this consolidation pattern. This would have been June, July of 2019, just 3 months ago, and we are somewhere traveling along this. And so I'm going to show you my reason for this right now. These fractal patterns, I see these all the time in the crypto markets. I see them on the 5-minute charts, on the 1 day, on the weekly, on the monthly. I see these patterns playing out over and over and over again. Some of it's probably computer trading. Some of it's probably human emotion. But I'll show you what I see. All right, so right here, this is Bitcoin in 2013. It reaches a high on March 31st and then a low on June 30th. And these are smoothed averages. So this actually I think was like maybe the first week of April. And this might have been end of June, beginning of July. And so there are some, let me call them maybe rounding errors, because some months have 30 and 31 days, and there's only 28 days and 4 weeks. And so at the end of this, I give you a date range, and it could go a couple months in either direction, but here's the main point. So Bitcoin, from March 31st to June 30th, that's pretty much about 3 months. And so March 31st, 2013 to June 30th, 2013, we have 3 months of down. And December 15th of 2017, this was a market extreme for Bitcoin. It touched $20,000. And then December 15th, it came down to $31.22. And so something else that's also cool about this is on March 31st, it actually touched like $225. Well, if you just add a couple of zeros to that, that would be 22,500, and it went to almost pretty much 20,000. So this whole thing is also, not only is it a fractal, but you just add a couple zeros to the back of these old numbers, and that also gives you a price range of where we're headed to. And so what took 3 months now takes 12 today. So 12 divided by 3, it's 4 times longer. And so let's go back to that chart on Yahoo. And so this here, it took 3 months, but now today, if we look at today, from here to here, this was 12 months. All right, so here's where it gets really interesting. Here to here, 3 months. So now in today's time, that's 12 months. And so then from June 30th, well, actually, let's look and see what I got next here. Yeah, June 30th to August 25th, 1.75 months. So from June 30th, this here is August 25th. I believe, now this was in the past, I believe this was the June, July time frame of when we hit that 13 to $14,000 high. It was like 13.8. Some exchanges had 13.9. And so if you look over on the right in the black there, it says 146.01. Well, we almost hit 14,000. So like I said, you just add a couple zeros, and that kind of gives you about a range. And so this here was 1.75 months. Well, you take, since it's happening 4 times longer, you take 1.75 months, times it by 4, that's 7 months. All right, so now we know the low was December 15th of 2018. Bitcoin hit 31.22. So just add 7 months. Well, that would put us in about end of June, beginning of July, July 10th. From December 15th to July 15th, that would be 7 months. So here we have this similar pattern, and now we have 2 data points that are acting the same. And so the whole idea with fractals, I use fractals to try to forecast future events, and it's worked pretty well in the past. And so past results doesn't always guarantee future events, but it can. And so I believe that this fractal is still playing out. And so now we say, okay, we use 1 to try to gauge our time. We've got 1 data point here that it's worked so far. And so now it's simple. What we're trying to figure out is when, right here, the whole point of a fractal is try to time this and figure out when this is coming. And so we go back to our data here. And so if June 30th, 2013 to November 24th is 4.75 months. So June 30th to November 24th, 2014. Roughly 4.75 months. And times that by 4, you come up with 19 months. And so now we say, okay, from that bottom in June, from the old fractal of 2013, times 4, we take that bottom now, apply it to today, from our bottom today, in December, around December 15th, 2018, add 19 months, and that brings us out into July of 2020. And so I believe, like I said earlier, you add a couple zeros. And so $1,004, and of course it went to like $1,150, but you add a couple zeros in between that 4 and that decimal, and you get $100,400 based on all this other stuff. And there's other reasons I think it's going to 100,000 as well. So we could see a possible Bitcoin top in July of 2020, $100,000 Bitcoin. That's what I think is going to happen. Because of the rounding errors, because some months have 31 days and 30 days, and February's got 28, this is going to be off by a little bit. I believe about 2 months in either direction. It could be, we have a halving coming up in May. We could reach the top in May, June, July, or even August, September. It could go as far out as September. And another thing you can do too, and here's how I know there's a little bit of a rounding error. We know this is December of 2017. Each week roughly would equal about a month. You take a week times 4, and that would equal about a month. And so we know this is December of 2018. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Well, we know this is December, and so that's that rounding error that I'm talking about. It's the 30 and 31 days are in some of these months. So now, it's pretty close though. So now we just go forward. If we know this is December of 2018. So this would be January of 19. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That was more like June, July. So let's just say June, July, August, September, October, November, December of 2019. January, February, March, April, May, June, July of 2020. And of course, like I said, pay attention to the rounding error, because I know what's in there. I just didn't feel like, in order to get rid of that rounding error, I would have had to calculate it down to the day or even down to the hour. And there's really not enough time in the day to do that. So other than that, that's it for today. If you liked the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for coming over to Blockchain Silver. And remember to stay safe out there.